Yes, hello. How are you today? I'm doing another video on reading Spanish labels and Spanish advertisement. I have my old book here. I had for years, like I mentioned in my other videos. That I have an old book here that when I first started to read Spanish. Uh, I know Spanish for many years, but reading it was different. When you read a Spanish novel or you read a or you listen to a movie from different, you watch a movie from different Spanish countries or small little towns, the dialects are different. People speak Spanish in their own little way. You know, they have their own words, their own dialects, and stuff like that. It's regional in some areas, the language. And you have to know all those things. And there's Spanish magazines, Spanish cookbooks, and everything. It's good to know how to read to read Spanish entirely. I try to read it entirely, and I still got more to study. But here's one of my books that I got. Now, while studying my Spanish, I came across an advertisement, and I cut it out and I pasted it on this page on this book. See my book? It says Spanish. You see, it's a composition book, and I use Elmo glue. I cut the advertisements out, and I seen this advertisement here, and it's in Spanish, and I wanted to learn more about it, and I did. So I said to myself, "What's going on here?" I see a structure here, an object, transparent in the center, and a green top and a green disc-like bottom. And then I say to myself, what does that say? And I looked and I see, oh, look what it says here. This picture is Alimentador Verde para Pájaros. And I said to myself, what does this mean? I mean, it looks nice. The color looks nice. But what is it? You see? So, of course, I had to learn and study and everything. Now, I'll be honest with you. I already know what pájaro means. I know what verde means. And I knew what Alimento means, but Alimentador. Now, so I had to look for that dohr in the end of that word. So, let me just get this paper here to show you what happened. So, Alimento is if Spanish, you pronounce it Alimento, Alimento. Alimento means food. It means food. Alimento, okay, it means food. Let's see if I can simplify here. This is how you pronounce it. Alimento, A-H-A-L-E-E, mehn, mental. We have a E-H, it's like a eh sound. Alimento. It's like the M-E-H-N, it's like the men, say men. Men's room, menswear, men. So, Alimento, and that means food. So then I looked it up, and we have a dohr. Usually means it means a container of some kind, a holder, move machines and stuff like that. And so I noticed I have some kind of a food, and the whole. So I know what. Then I looked it up in a dictionary. Alimentador. And Alimentador means, well, instead of have a O, Alimento, it has an A. Alimentador. And I knew right away that dohr mean a container or dispenser of some kind. So I put it together as a food dispenser of some kind. And I realized that it meant feeder. The dictionary said it's a feeder. So a feeder holds food. So this object here holds food. Okay? Now, what kind of food does it hold? It's a feeder, right? So Alimentador is a feeder. Now, I also discovered that the dohr can be pronounced two ways. The dohr can be pronounced dohr, or with a d-th, dohr. Okay, you hear people say it that way. So if you go here, Alimentador for feeder, Alimentador, D-O-H-R, door. Some people pronounce the D with a slight TH. So you got D, a slight TH, and then you have a O-R sound. Dohr. Because the D is between two vowels. The A and the O in this case. When we have a D between two vowels, sometimes you hear the Spanish people speak with a D-TH sound. But the TH is very, very light. So you have Alimentador will become Alimentador. Alimentador. Okay, Alimentador. Okay, you have a D with a TH sound. You'll see that a lot in Spanish. When you have a D between two vowels, all right? So that means feeder. So then we know it's a feeder. But what kind of feeder is it? Okay. Now we know nothing. We know that the feeder has a color. What color is that? Is it red? No. Is it white? No, it's not white or yellow. It's green. It's a green feeder, and you have verde. Verde means a green in Spanish. So we have a green feeder. So Alimentador is a green feeder. So it's a feeder. But what kind of feeder is it? For what? For what? So how do you say fohr? F-O-R in Spanish. Para is fohr. Para is fohr. If you stick here, para. P-A-R-A. Para. Now, if para, you got P-A-H, pa, and ra, R-A-H, para. Okay, fohr. Okay, for what though? Okay, so now we know that Alimentador, okay, means a feeder. It holds food, and it's green, verde. And we know para means fohr. Now, what does pájaro means? But before we know what pájaro means, for what the feeder is for, look at the A in that word. The A has a little line, a slanted line going up. That means that when you pronounce the P-A or the A sound, it's got to go up like a stress, like a pa. So we have pa, we have a J, which is like it's almost like a throaty H sound, ha, with the A. So we got para, plus the A has a little tilde going up, the A. So it's pájaros, pájaros, and that means bird. Okay, now see, this is pájaros. You see the little slanted line here? It gets a stress. It's like going up a roller coaster. You ever seen a roller coaster? It goes up slowly, and then levels out, and then it goes down real fast. Something like that. But but when you go down, not as much. So here, the roller coaster is going up slightly. Pa. So see that tilter line right there, the little tilter going up? Think of it as a roller coaster ride going up. Pa. And then pájaros. Pájaros. Okay? If you see that I write a capital letters, capital P, capital A, capital H, that's going up. That means you stress out a little stronger. Okay? So a syllable it goes stronger. That's why everything else is in small case. But the stress is in a higher case, a capital. So it's like going up in the roller coaster in the beginning, going up in the roller coaster ride. So pájaros. That means birds. So now we know that the Alimentador means a feeder, and it's green, and para means fohr. for birds. So we have a feeder for birds. It's a bird feeder. Okay? So we have a bird feeder. Okay? We have a bird feeder. Now, let's see what else do we have here. Okay, we have a bird feeder. That's a bird feeder. Here we have another feeder. It's black. But here, it doesn't say the color black. It doesn't. But we got the same word here. Alimentador. Alimentador means feeder. But it doesn't say bird, does it? Oh, yes, it does right here. It says birds. But it doesn't have the word bird. It just have for birds. Para, pájaro. Now it just has the word in English. More birds. Okay? I guess because it's wider. This is slender. This is slender, and this is wider. So you get more. So that means it hosts more food. So for more birds, for more pájaros, right? Más pájaros. If they would have stuck to the Spanish language, they would have put M-A-S and the word pájaro, más pájaros. But instead, they put more birds in English. So they're mixing the Spanish and the English together. Okay, that happens. When people speak Spanish, they sometimes use Spanish and English mixture. All right. So Alimentador means a feeder. And we know it's for birds. Okay? But I don't understand here. What does this mean? Prueba de Ardillas. What is that? It says it's for birds. What's Ardillas? I don't understand. What does that mean? We know that this one hosts more food and it's a bird feeder. And this is also a bird feeder for more birds because it's wider. Wider. So it hosts more, for more birds can eat more for seeds and bird seeds and everything. And it's a feeder right there. But what does it mean? Prueba de Ardillas. But wait a minute. What is Ardillas? I want you to know what that means. So here it is right here. So we know that Ardilla, A-R-D-I-L-L-A, if you pronounce it A-H-R, Ardillas. Now, we know that in Spanish we have a double Y. A double Y, you have like a yahs sound, a Y sound, a E, a Y sound, and you have an A after that, it's like a yah. You have an A afterwards. If you had an E, it'd be a yeah. If you had an O, it'd be a yo. Okay? I, ye. Okay? Ye. So we have Ardilla. Okay? Ardilla. And that means squirrel. That means squirrel. And Ardilla is singular. And it's a feminine, a noun. It's a noun for squirrel. And it has an A. In the end of the word, which means it's a feminine noun. And it's singular because it's not plural. Okay? So it means squirrel. So Ardillas means squirrel. So we don't have that. I understand. If this means a bird feeder and this means more birds, what in the world does a squirrel has to do with a bird feeder? I don't know. Let's read some more. Okay, Prueba-deh. Now, prueba is a word in Spanish that means proof. P-R-O-O-F. Proof. Proof. But before we do that, I want to see something. I want to know something. I have to know something. And it's very important I know this. How come if ardilla is a feminine noun, singular, for squirrel, S-Q-U-I-R-R-E-L, squirrel, then why does it have an S here at the bottom here? Because now we know that it has an S because it's a plural. So it's no longer squirrel, it's squirrels. Squirrels. It's more than one squirrels, right? And it's a feminine, plural, noun for squirrels, one. So we know that, now we know this is for a bird feeder, but it says here squirrels. Now we have to find out what the squirrels have to do with the bird feeder. for more birds. What do I got to do with that? And then we find out here, we got the word Prueba. Prueba. P-R-U-E-B-A. Prueba means proof. P-R-O-O-F. Proof. And we have de. D-E for of. So, a prueba de, what does that mean? And we find out that what that means is that prueba de means proof of. Proof of. So, if you put together proof of, so let me see here. A prueba. See here? Prueba. Okay? The U is like a oo sound. Okay? Poo. We have an a sound. Proo-eh. See that little bow here, that little line there? They look like an arch. You have to blend in the oo and the sound. Proo-eh. Proo-eh. Ba. B-A. Ba. Prueba means proof. Okay? De. Of. Proof of. So, prueba de. Proof of. So then we say, what's that got to do with the bird feeder, and what's that got to do with squirrels and the bird feeder? And then we realize that a prueba de means squirrel proof. Squirrel proof. So the squirrels won't get into it. So now we know that the bird feeder is for birds, and that this one here holds more bird seed for birds, more bird food, because it's wider, and it's squirrel proof, because squirrels like to eat from the bird feeders and steal the food from the birds. So it's not only a bird feeder, it's not only is Alimentador para Pájaros, for the birds, a feeder for the birds, and for more birds, but it's also squirrel proof. A prueba de Ardillas. Ardillas means squirrels, more than one squirrel. So squirrels cannot steal the food because it's squirrel proof. Squirrel proof. Okay, more than one squirrel. So we know now that if you're going to buy this gadget, right, this one doesn't say it's squirrel proof. It doesn't have it here. You see here? It's thinner and holds a little bit of food, but it doesn't say that prevents. It's going to prevent a squirrel or squirrels for stealing the food. It doesn't prevent that. But this one here does say it, and it's wider, has more food, and squirrels cannot steal from it. Oh, I know why too. See the opening right here? There's an opening right there. That's why. See that? They can steal it. But this one doesn't have an opening there. So where can the squirrels go to take the food? It's like it has a cover and everything. You see? So this one is squirrel proof. Because it says right here, al prueba proof. Prueba. Al prueba de Ardillas. So we know that this one is squirrel proof and this one is not. Okay. And we know that this is a green color because it says Verde. Okay? Now we go down here, but then wait a minute. But then I'm puzzled. If this is for a bird feeder and it's for birds to eat and squirrels can eat that food, how are the squirrels going to eat if they're hungry? Well, you go to the store and you buy some squirrel food. Here we have Alimento. Now remember I told you that Alimentor means food. Remember I told you that? Alimento. Alimento means food. And that's where we got Alimentador for feeder. It was food. So Alimento means food. And we know that para means four. Para. And we know Ardillas means squirrel. So this is food for squirrels. Okay? Oh, so this whole bag is squirrel food. So we have a bird feeder, and we have a bird feeder that's squirrel proof. that squirrels cannot get into. But we can also buy squirrel food if we want to feed the squirrels. Okay, so Alimento food for squirrels. Okay, de means of. De. 3D. Tres, de. 3D. 3D. And it says the letter 10. 10 Libras. Libra means pounds. Diez for 10. 10 Libras. Let's go here, see if how to do this. It says here, 10 Libras. Libras means a pound. Libras means pounds. Yeah, give me this right here. I wrote it down. 10. 10. In Spanish, 10. T-E-N. The number 10 is Libras. Libras. It means pounds. Pounds. So it's 10-pound bag. A 10-pound bag of squirrel food. Okay, Libras. Okay? So it's 10 pounds. So we have here, Alimento means food. Para, for. Ardillas means squirrels. Of 3D, 3D, 10 Libras. It's a 10-pound bag. But let's see if we can find something else. Is there another feeder that we can... Let me see if we can find another feeder here. Oh, there you go. There's another feeder. Alimentador. Now we know that Alimentador means a feeder. It holds food. Oh, there's the food. You see it? There's the C's. There's the food. And we know that there is a feeder. But it doesn't mention bird. Pájaro. It doesn't mention pájaro. But yet it looked like a bird feeder. Don't you think so? It looked like a bird feeder. But it doesn't say the word bird. But it's a feeder. But then we got, but we know what a Prueba Ardillas means, right? A proof. Okay, proof. And we know that Ardillas means squirrels. Prueba de Ardillas. So we know that this feeder is a feeder. And we know this is a squirrel proof. So it's squirrel proof. So we know that whatever food is in this feeder is not for squirrels. It's not for squirrels. Am I right? Because we know this is a feeder, and there's the food inside. You can see it. It's a kind of seed in there, filled with seeds. And we know that it's a feeder. Now, even though we know it's the color red, rojo or roja, is not found in the advertisement at all. So the color is not important here. They're not specifying the color, but they're specifying it's a feeder, Alimentador, and we know that Prueba de Ardillas means it's squirrel proof, so it's not for squirrels because it says it's squirrel proof. Okay, so it's not for squirrels. Okay, now Forma means form, shape. Forma. F-O-R-M-A. Forma means shape. So we know it's a shape. And we know that cohn, forma, C-O-N, in Spanish means with. Cohn, forma, with form, with shape. And de means of. So conforma de, with shape of. So this is a feeder with shape of what? What kind of shape are they talking about? And we got Cúpula. Now, let me express this to you in an easier way. When you have cohn with C-O-H-N, cohn means with in Spanish. Conforma means shape, with, and de of. Conforma de is of. Now we have a little tilde after the U. We have a new word here, Cúpula. It's like going, you stress it. Remember I told you in other videos that we have a vowel with a little tilde, you have to stress the word, go a little higher. Ku. Think of going to think of a roller coaster ride that you're on, and you see a tilde here. So when you're going up the roller coaster, you go ku. cool. Now, I'm teaching you something that you're going to learn if you study the Chinese language, the tones in the Chinese language. You should learn this too. This is very important when you're studying the tones of the Chinese language. But we're studying Spanish, okay? So I'm teaching you a lesson on tones. When you have a vowel with a little tilde on top of it, it's like going up. It's like going slowly up a roller coaster ride. Okay, cool. You're going up so go cool. You're going up. Then you're going slowly down. Pula. Cúpula. But don't go too strong, or you be too strong in pronouncing the little tilde on top of the U. So it's cúpula. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Some people, if you watch soap operas, sometimes they overdo it. You go cúpula, but just go cúpula. All right, and then you got the stress. It's like going up slowly up a roller coaster ride. Okay, and you got it, and that means dome. D-O-M-E, dome. So we know that cúpula means dome. How we know? Here it is right here. Cúpula. So you guys see. Now, you remember I told you when I write with the capital letters, it's a stress. It's like going up the roller coaster ride. So, capital C-O-O, coo. And they have a small P-O-O, pula. Cúpula. When you see me write the letters in capital, that means you stressed the tilde, the little line going up, the little tilde. Okay? Cúpula means dome. Oh, so now we have it. So now we have it here. Oh, Alimentador is a feeder. Okay? But they don't tell you what kind of feeder it is. Well, it only tells us that the feeder is squirrel-proof. It's not for squirrels. So what's happening here? It doesn't tell you it's for birds, does it? So this advertisement doesn't tell you what kind of feeder it is, which is bad because it means that the feeder feeds. It doesn't feed squirrels, but doesn't mean that it doesn't feed birds also, does it? But because we read before that these feeders are for birds, and that it is a Prueba, the squirrels is squirrel proof. That's good. This one is good. This one tells you what? That this is a feeder that's squirrel proof, and you have the word bird here, so we know it's a bird feeder. But this advertisement here doesn't tell you it's for bird. This feeder is for birds. Does it tell you that? No, it doesn't tell you that. But it only tells you that it's squirrel proof. Squirrels cannot eat from it. That's all it tells you. It's a feeder that does not feed squirrels. But but we have food inside, seed. So we're speculating that maybe it's for birds. Maybe. This has to be more precise, doesn't it? The other advertisements say bird. This one doesn't say pájaro or pájaros or birds like this one, like the other ones do. So we have to speculate it's for birds because it doesn't specify birds, but it does specify it's not for squirrels. Prueba, okay, the Ardillas. So it's not for squirrels. Squirrel proof. Cúpula means dome. So we got with form of dome. So look here. It's shaped like a dome. Look at that dome shape. So it's dome shape. So now they're talking about this feeder. It's not for squirrels. It's against squirrels, not for squirrels to eat. And it's dome shaped. Okay, it's dome shaped, and it's not for squirrels at all. And the food is not for squirrels. So now that's what we have. So cúpula means it's dome shape, and it's not for squirrels. But it doesn't say if it's for birds. It has seeds, and we're speculating it's for birds. What if we didn't see? What if we didn't see these other? What if we didn't read this other advertisement? What if this other advertisement did not exist, and we didn't learn anything about this advertisement, and we see this advertisement? What makes us think that the seed is for birds? We have to speculate it's for birds. It doesn't say it's for birds. We're speculating it's for birds, so we're not sure. All we know it's squirrel proof. That's all we know. So if we see this advertisement and not the other advertisement, how can we know it's for birds? We have to speculate it, right? So this advertisement only tells us that it has a dome shape, it's a feeder, you see the food, and it's not for squirrels. But what's the food for? We have to have knowledge, pre-knowledge, that this is bird food. And not everybody has that knowledge. Is that bird food? I guess. It could be popcorn seed. You have to look closely at the seed. You know what it is. Popcorn kernels, right? You know what it is. So it's not too precise at what this advertisement means, bird feeder. Okay? I'm going to write all this down at the description box below so you can have it for yourself. Okay? So you can learn Spanish. All right? All right. Have a good day and look at the description box below, okay? Have a good day and welcome to the studying of the Spanish language, of reading Spanish labels and advertisement. If I speak too fast, just go to the description box below, okay? And I'll write all this down. Have a good day. Bye-bye.